upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, a kind and beautiful princess named Snow White lived. Her stepmother, the queen, was envious of her beauty. The queen owned a magic mirror, which she often asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" For years, the mirror replied, "You, my queen." But one day, the mirror answered, "Snow White is the fairest of them all." Enraged, the queen decided Snow White must be eliminated. She ordered a huntsman to take Snow White into the forest and kill her. However, when the moment came, the huntsman's heart softened as he saw her innocence. He confessed the queen's plan and begged Snow White to escape far away into the woods. Terrified and alone, Snow White wandered through the forest, unsure of where to go. Eventually, she came upon a cozy little cottage. Inside, she found it messy but warm and welcoming. Feeling exhausted, she cleaned the house and then fell asleep on one of the small beds. When the 7 dwarfs, who lived in the cottage, returned from their work in the mines, they were surprised to find her there. Snow White explained her story, and they agreed to let her stay in exchange for her help around the house. Meanwhile, back at the castle, the queen learned from her magic mirror that Snow White was still alive. Furious, she disguised herself as an old peddler woman and devised a plan to harm Snow White. She visited the cottage and offered Snow White a poisoned apple. Tempted by the shiny red fruit, Snow White took a bite and immediately collapsed. When the dwarfs returned, they found her lifeless and could not revive her. Believing she was dead, they placed her in a glass coffin, unable to bury someone so beautiful. They kept watch over her, mourning their beloved friend. One day, a prince passing through the forest saw Snow White in her glass coffin and was captivated by her beauty. He begged the dwarfs to let him take her to his castle. Moved by his sincerity, they agreed. As the prince kissed her goodbye, the piece of poisoned apple dislodged from her throat, and Snow White woke up. Overjoyed, the prince asked her to marry him, and she agreed. The wedding was grand, and everyone in the kingdom rejoiced. The wicked queen, upon hearing the celebrations and seeing Snow White alive through her magic mirror, was consumed by her own hatred and fled the kingdom forever. Snow White and the prince ruled their kingdom with kindness and love, and they lived happily ever after, surrounded by friends and peace.